So number 1 natin, a lot of peaches in the basket are not ripe. So may word tayo na a lot, but what noun yung kasunod niya? Is it of? No, that's preposition. Ang susunod na noun ay peaches. Okay, so peaches, you have to think if it is singular or plural. Peaches is what? The word peaches is plural. Okay, so definitely, we have to take plural form of the verb, which is are. Okay, so a lot of the peaches in the basket are not ripe. Okay, next, number 2. A lot of the tea sold in America comes from India. May a lot tayo, so what is the noun that follows? Meron tayong of the tea, no? Sold in the America comes from India. Okay, ano kaya yung noun after the word a lot? The noun that follows ay yung word na tea. Is that a singular or plural? Very good, singular. Kaya naman ang ating verb ay comes. Singular verb then. Okay? Most of the managers at that company work on Saturdays. So mayroon tayong word na most of, pero yung noun after that ay managers na plural subject. So, ibig sabihin, we have to take plural verb and that is work, not works. No? Pwedeng she works. No? Pwedeng most of the manager works. Ganun yun. Pero pag most of the managers work, okay? Most of the water in the river near the factory is polluted. So, water lang ang binigay. That is a noun that follows most of the word. So, we have to take is. Okay? You follow? Next. Okay. So here we have percentages and fractions. For example, 60% of the students in the class speak 3 languages. So it is not always singular, no? You have to identify the noun that follows that certain percentages or fraction. So if it is 60%, ito na yung ating percentage. Ano yung noun na kasunod niya? Yung noun na kasunod niya ay students. At yung students, singular ba siya o plural? Plural. So, ibig sabihin yung verb natin must be plural also. Kaya, speak. Okay? Kung singular yan, dapat speaks. Pero plural verb. So, that is speak. Okay? Next, number 2. 4/5. May fraction tayo. Of the spectators are cheering for the home team. So, may fraction tayo, pero tignan natin yung noun after that word fraction, no? So, meron tayong spectators. Ito bang spectators na to ay singular or verb? Singular or plural rather? Plural. So, dapat plural din ang ating verb, which is are. Okay? 40% of the work was done by only 5 employees because of the word work. So, was. 1/2 of the beer at the party was warm. Beer was. Okay? Can you follow? Okay. Papaano kapag may mga blocks of money, distance, and time, yung mga subjects natin, it is always considered as singular. Okay? So, halimbawa pag may pera, halimbawa $2 or $50, laging is ang kasunod niyan. Laging was, mga ganyan. Comes, and so on. Singular verb parati ang kasunod niyan. Okay? So, for example, $50 is a lot to pay for one dinner. 500 miles is probably too far to drive in one day. 45 minutes is a very long coffee break. Okay? Again, kapag ang subject natin is about money, distance, and time, palaging singular verb ang gagamitin natin. Okay? Next, let's move on to number 5, special nouns. Papaano yung mga words na akala mo ay plural, ano kaya ang ating verb for that? Okay? So, may mga words like mathematics, statistics, economics, physics, aerobics. Okay, ito bang mga words na yan ay plural? No. Okay, so ibig sabihin, just because the word ends with S doesn't mean that the word is plural. it is singular. In mathematics, statistics, economics, physics, aerobics, news also, diba? So, mathematics is or are? Okay, is the most difficult subject for me. Physics, it ends with S, is the easiest. Okay? So again, kapag may mga special nouns tayo katulad ng mga ito, hindi yan plural, singular yan. So it has to take a singular verb. Okay? Next, paano kapag may mga advice, news, hair, and so on? Those are noun countable singular or non-count singular. Okay? So, yung advice, di mo naman mabibilang, so palaging singular yan. Yung hair, hindi naman nabibilang, so palaging singular pa rin yan. Okay, so yung news din also. So, her advice was perfect for the situation, so was singular. The news is always bad because of the war. News singular is singular. Carl's hair is long and black, so hair is singular, is singular. Okay? So, what about police? No? Pag may nakita ka may police officer, and so on, ano kaya ang ating verb for that? Pag police lang, it will take plural form of the verb. Kapag police officer, that is a singular, so it has to take singular verb. Okay? For example, the police are coming right away. Yung word ay police, so that is a plural. So basically, we are to take plural verb, which is are. Second sentence, a police officer. So, meron na tayong binanggit na officer. So, singular lang siya. So, it has to take singular verb, which is works. A police officer sometimes works nights and weekends. Okay? Okay, let's move on to number 6. Special construction, one of the, and then plus the plural noun, plus singular verb. Okay, so in this structure, remember to use a singular verb because the subject is one. Okay, pag may nakita kayong mga word na one of the people, one of the cars, one of her brothers, okay, one of the buildings, and so on. So, ang mga subject nun, hindi yung mga binabanggit nyo na people, cars, brothers, buildings, hindi yun yung subject. Ang subject natin yun sa sentence ay yung word na one. Isa doon sa tao na yon. Isa doon sa mga kotse na yon. Isa doon sa kapatid niya lalaki. Ang tinutukoy. So, one is the subject. So, basically, it takes singular verb. Kaya, one of the people in the class comes from Vietnam. One of the cars in the garage is 30 years old. One of Matilda's brothers is a professional soccer player. So again, kapag may nakita agad na one and so on, one of the, ganyan, singular verb ang kukunin. Okay? So before we dive into exercises, let's move on to another rules pa, no, na hindi binanggit kanina. Okay? So let's move on here. Prepositional phrases and why they matter. Okay. So for example, the boxes of cake mix are on the shelf. The boxes of cake mix are on the shelf. Kalimitan ito yung pampagulo. Hindi mo alam kung nasan yung subject. Ngayon nagkakamali ka sa verb natin, no? Because of the prepositional phrases. Okay? So let's take this example. The boxes of cake mix are on the shelf. The verb is are, no? Yung word na are, that is a verb. But what is the subject? Is it the boxes or cake mix? Yung subject ba natin for this sentence ay boxes o cake mix? Okay, so in order to figure out the subject, we must eliminate the prepositional phrase, which is oftentimes in between the subject and the verb. So, asan kaya dito yung in between the subject and the verb? No? So, prepositional phrase is a 2 to 4 word phrases, sometimes more, that begins with a preposition like above, among, at, below, beneath, between, in, off, over, to, and under. Okay? So, may mga words ba tayong nakita dito? Meron tayong off. Okay? So, yung off cake mix is the prepositional phrase in that sentence. So, kailangan muna natin tanggalin siya. I-disregard mo siya. Tanggalin mo muna natin siya para makita natin kung nasan ba talaga yung subject. So, pag tinanggal natin si prepositional phrase na off the mix, asan kaya dyan yung subject? Very good. Yung subject natin dyan ay boxes. Okay? So, yung word pa na boxes, ito yung subject natin pinag-uusapan, ay plural or singular? Very good. Plural. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan ng verb natin ay plural din. That's why are yung nandito. Okay? Can you follow? Alright. Next tayo. Okay, ito pa. Mga prepositional phrase. The teacher is in the classroom is or are very experienced. Okay? Again, teachers in the classroom is or are very experienced. Okay, so meron din tayong prepositional phrase which is in the classroom, nasa classroom. So, tatanggalin muna natin to. We have to identify the subject muna in the sentence. So, kapag tinanggal natin dyan, yan, the teachers is or are very experienced. So, yung subject natin dyan ay teachers. And yung word na teachers ay plural. So, we have to take plural verb such as yung are. Okay? So, the teachers in the classroom are very experienced. Okay? Next, under the tree is or are several flowers. Okay. So, under the tree is or are several flowers. So, in this case, the verb must be plural. Why? Because the subject ay flowers. And subject natin dyan ay flowers. Kasi tatanggalin natin yung word na under the tree. Prepositional phrase. Okay? Okay? Next, we know this one, pronouns and indefinite pronouns rather. Yung mga I, we, you, they, and so on and so forth. Okay? Okay. What about this one? Everyone. Everyone. That is singular indefinite pronouns. Everyone. Ano kaya ang gagawin natin sa verb? Ang lahat ng mga ganyan, everyone. Again, meron mga every, each, and so on. Yan lahat ay singular. See you in my next video for the last part of subject-verb agreement. Thank you for watching!